On September 9, 2019, Chad Daybell sent a text to his wife claiming he had shot a raccoon and buried it in their pet cemetery. When investigators excavated that spot 9 months later, they found no raccoon. They found the remains of 16-year-old Tylee Ryan. Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell presented an image of suburban normalcy. Lori was an active member of the LDS Church and a mother of 2. Chad was a former cemetery sexton who had built a small following by self-publishing books about the apocalypse. Lori's life was marked by a series of shifting identities across 4 previous marriages. By 2017, her focus shifted toward a fringe eschatology, seeking a spiritual grandiosity that friends said began to change her relationship with her children. Chad operated with a similar sense of self-importance. He claimed his own near-death experiences allowed him to see beyond the veil, and he used his religious publishing company to promote his status as a prophet of the end times. When the two met in 2018, they formed an immediate connection. Their path to a new life together was blocked by their current families, Lori's husband Charles and her children, Tylee and JJ, and Chad's wife Tammy. This collision of personalities created a unique psychological environment. Together, they began to view these family members as literal obstacles to a shared mission, laying the groundwork for a violent removal of anyone in their way. To justify the elimination of these obstacles, Chad and Lori developed the zombie doctrine. They claimed a person's mortal spirit could be forcibly removed from their body and replaced by a demonic entity. Chad used this system to categorize the people in their lives. He assigned individuals a rating of light or dark based on their supposed vibration and their affiliation with either God or spirits of darkness. Their doctrine held that if someone became a zombie, their original soul was trapped in limbo. The only way to release that soul was the physical death of the host body. They began applying these labels to their own families. Lori started calling her husband Charles Ned, the name of a demon she believed had possessed him. By September 2019, 7-year-old JJ Vallow was also labeled a zombie. This theology functioned as a calculated mechanism for dehumanization. It allowed the couple to strip their victims of their human identity and reframe premeditated murder as an act of spiritual mercy. The investigation into these claims began in earnest in November 2019, when grandparents requested a welfare check on JJ. Lori told police the boy was in Arizona with a friend, but that friend soon told authorities she hadn't seen JJ in months. The FBI's Cellular Analysis Survey team used GPS pings to create a digital map of the movements of Lori's brother, Alex Cox. In September 2019, his phone pinged at Lori's apartment and then moved directly to Chad Daybell's backyard. In June 2020, investigators executed a search warrant on the Daybell property. They focused their excavation on the specific sites identified by the cell phone data. Beneath a layer of white rocks in the pet cemetery, they found Tylee's burned and dismembered remains. Nearby, they discovered JJ's body, wrapped in plastic and duct tape. The physical evidence matched a digital trail of premeditation. Before an attempted shooting of a family member in October, Alex Cox's search history showed he was looking for ballistic charts and window tinting for the vehicle used in the attack. The combination of GPS data, search histories, and the physical state of the burial sites points to a highly coordinated conspiracy. These actions, from vehicle modifications to the specific methods of burial, show a pattern of calculated earthly violence. While the children lay in shallow graves, Chad and Lori married in Hawaii in November 2019. Photos from the trip show the couple celebrating just weeks after the disappearances and the death of Chad's first wife. Forensic experts have analyzed whether this was a shared psychotic delusion or a strategic cover. The evidence points to an instrumental use of theology to mask personal desires for a new life without the burdens of their previous families. The religious defense is further complicated by financial motives. After the deaths, Lori continued to collect the children's Social Security survivor benefits and attempted to access a $1 million life insurance policy for her late husband. The legal system eventually held both accountable. Lori Vallow Daybell was sentenced to multiple life terms without parole, and Chad Daybell was convicted of murder and sentenced to death. At her sentencing, Lori remained unrepentant. She told the court she had spoken to the victims' spirits and maintained that they were happy in heaven, claiming she had done nothing wrong. The Vallow Daybell case illustrates how specific fringe beliefs can be used to rebrand greed and narcissism as a divine mission. In this framework, murder was recast as a spiritual necessity, and a shallow grave was explained away as a pet cemetery.